everyone, welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. My name's Jen and I'm on a journey to pay off £27,000 worth of debt with a goal of paying off £10,000 in this year in 2022. Huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed and especially to my returning viewers, subscribed or not. Hello, it's lovely to have you back with me today. I've got quite a lot to cover again today as per usual, but what I'm not going to do this time is stress about getting the video done quickly. Last week I was really stressed by the time I'd finished the video and I had to have a lie down afterwards. So this time I'm just going to breathe, I'm going to take my time and we'll get through it together. So I am so very excited that the first thing I'm going to be doing today is the 100 subscriber giveaway, where one of you lucky people who entered the competition, and thank you so much for everybody who did. I was so worried that nobody was going to enter and I'd look like a bit of a plum. So I'm actually really overwhelmed by how many of you have entered. So huge thank you, first of all. So let's get into it. So you will be winning this lovely Carpe Diem planner, the same one that I use and many others. And I'm just going to grab the iPad. Okay, sorry about that. I just needed to log in. So here is the 100 subscriber giveaway wheel. Are we ready? So here goes. Emma Maidment. Congratulations, Emma. You are the winner of this lovely planner. So what I'll do, Emma, is if you could leave me a comment down below on this video and then I will let you know how we can get in touch and I can get your address and send this to you. So congratulations, Emma. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so very excited to get this out into the post for you. Awesome. Oh, that's made me really smile. Right, I'm going to pop this away and we'll carry on talking about what the plan is for the rest of the video. So I have been a very busybody not busybody, that sounds like a nosy person. A busy bee, that's better, over the past week or so, reviewing my budget. So I don't know if you saw my debt video, my debt update video. If not, I'll pop a link somewhere. Everybody always says up there, but I don't know which way that is. Somewhere I'll pop a link to the debt update video that I did last week. But I did mention that part of the reason that we paid off so much debt to this point is because I've been doing my budget a little bit wrong. So what I'd been doing is I had been zeroing out the bank, but not taking into consideration later months where I'm actually going to get paid like the day before the end of the month or something like that, which means I run the risk of zeroing out my entire wage and not paying any bills. So I've had to have a quick look at my budget, and I say quick, it wasn't quick at all, trying to figure out the best way to balance a 4-week budget with a monthly budget, with no exact set amount that I could say this is what's left over, because we have a few bills that vary each month, so they're bi-monthly or it just got a bit confusing. So basically what I've had to do, I've had to actually budget the entire year, which I don't really mind. It really puts my mind at ease actually, because I know exactly where we're going to be, hopefully, obviously with changes at the moment, who really knows where we're going to be, but it gives me an idea that I'm on the right track and I'm not over budgeting or under budgeting. So with that in mind, I am going to move to a weekly budget and I will be doing weekly cash stuffings, as well as my end of the month debt update, which I will now do on a separate video like I mentioned last time. So I'll have the 4 weekly, because our budgeting period is 4 weeks. My husband gets paid every 4 weeks and that's how I do the budget. So I'll be doing weekly cash stuffing videos, and then at the end of the month, wherever that fits in one of these 4 weeks, I'll be doing the debt update video separately. So I now have a weekly budget. Before I show you that, I will quickly just kind of close out March. It's not really a closing out, it's just me letting you know how well or not we did. So firstly, the one thing I do need to mention is we had another no spend. So that is our 4th no spend. Where did I put the stickers? Oh, they're in the front of here, aren't they? That's our 4th no spend of the month. We were aiming for 5, but I think I'm actually really proud of us for 4. I do include any groceries and top up as part of our spending, because otherwise it just gets too confusing. So we have had 4 no spends, but out of that, my husband has made no personal spending out of our joint bank account. He tracks his finances separately out of his bank account himself, his personal finances. But in terms of our joint bank account, my husband's made no personal spends. I've made no personal spends out of our joint bank account. And there's been no unbudgeted spends out of our bank account this month, other than a £3.30 overdraft fee. Actually, I think that was out of my bank account. Yeah, that wasn't even the joint bank account, that was my bank account. And I rejigged some money, which was actually, I think that was actually money in rather than money out. I have a slight confession though, that I did make an unbudgeted spend, 2 actually last week. One was for vape. I ran out of vape juice again before the month. So what I've done is I've now bought 6 weeks of vape juice. So that will get me through the next 4 weeks of budget. And also I'm going to work really hard on reducing the amount that I vape, because I realised last month I spent £50 on vape juice, which is just awful. What else could I be doing with that £50? That's so much money. So I am going to be looking at reducing my vaping. I really need to anyway, regardless of money. And also I did a couple of Etsy purchases because I wanted them in time for this video. So the Etsy money is actually my wants and needs money. I just advanced myself that money rather than waiting the whole 5 days until the next pay. So the Etsy and the vape added up to $48.95, and I put that all back onto my credit card this morning. So that's paid and clear. So I have no vape budget for this month because I'm already stocked up, and I have no wants and needs budget for this month because I have already spent that money in Etsy. And I will show you what I bought in a little moment. So that was March. We actually finished March under budget by, don't know if you're still in shot there, hope so, by £7.59, which is really, really cool. And it was our 3rd month of not going over our overdraft. This system has honestly changed my life. It's incredible. So we've essentially paid back £100 of our overdraft over the past 3 months, when forever, as long as I can remember, we've always lived right on the edge of our overdraft and have gone over it just before payday. So this is unreal. I can't believe that, that this has happened, really. So that is March. Different system, fortnightly budget. Let's move on to April, where we have a new weekly budget. So this is my calendar. It's all set up. I've already made a couple of payments today. I've made the deposit for O's school trip, and I have repaid that amount in the credit card. My goals for this month, next 4 weeks, I suppose it's month in calendar terms, 5 no spends, no unbudgeted spends. These are reminders about an exam and an assignment that I have for my degree, and I want 4 habit win weeks again. I will talk about my habits at some point, but not in today's video because we've got enough to cover already. I just said cover already. So what I've done is I have sacrificed my expense tracker pages for my budget pages because I wanted it all in one book, and I'm already keeping track of my expenses and what I'm spending on here, and also I have quite a detailed spreadsheet that I work off of as well. But the reason that I'm not relying on my spreadsheet solely and I've got these printed off is because if it's not printed, I struggle to really connect with it. If it's just digital, then I can close it and I forget about it. If it's physical, then I'm physically in touch with it. So that's why I've done it this way. So I've planned out the next 4 weeks, like for sure, they're set in stone. I'm not going to change any of the expected or budgeted amounts. We'll just see how it goes. So that's weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for our joint account. And then I've also got weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4 for my personal bank account. So I run the 2 budgets separately, and that just really helps me to know what's going on. We're all different. Some of you might put it all together, or you only have your own bank account. But the way that we do it is absolutely everything. Our salary, all our bills, everything goes into our joint account. then we withdraw our allowance and that goes into our personal account. So I've got the two accounts that I'm tracking and budgeting, and it works really well for me. I work in data anyway. I'm an analyst-ish. So yeah, working in spreadsheets works out for me, but I need physical things so that I can connect with it. So I think that was it for what I wanted to tell you about my budget. So let's get into the cash stuffing. I'm just going to flip to my little cheat sheet that I've got at the back of here for stuffing. There we go. Flip that over. I am back. I'm so sorry if anything's moved in the process of me grabbing the iPad. I knocked everything with it as I was pulling it to one side. I'm really, really cramped in here today. I've got so many things over the table. So apologies for that if anything's moved and that's kind of thrown anybody. Oh my gosh, guys, we have completely forgotten to do the affirmation. Oops, I'm so sorry. We'll do this now. So last week's affirmation was, I am safe and secure. So I really hope that anyone who needed to hear that message and have that as an affirmation this week has got what they need from it. And I hope you do feel safe and secure. So yeah, that was last week's affirmation. So this week, now these are always a surprise for me. I've got no idea what are on these. I let go of what does not serve me with ease. Okay, I'm going to have to reflect on that one for a little bit before I pass any comment, but I'm sure, as always, it's a good one. So I hope this affirmation works for you this week. I'm going to give it a bit of thought, see what this means to me, and see if I can apply it for myself this week. So I'll pop that down there. I let go of what does not serve me with ease. It's really quite interesting, that, isn't it? Give it some thought. Let me know what you think of this affirmation down in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear. So I'll pop that there. Right, so the cash stuffing plan. We have £298 in total between Hyperjar and cash. So what I'll do is I tend to start with Hyperjar and go through our weekly expenses. But before I do that, I do a quick sweep. Anything that's left over in these grey jars gets rolled over into our anniversary pot. So it's kind of like a digital penny savings, I suppose. And then that money we will use, whatever's in there, to enjoy our anniversary later in the summer. I made a bit of a mistake last week, I must confess. I moved over my husband's protein money a week early. I got too excited. So I moved £24 out of a grey pot that used to be here, which was called Bee Protein, into the anniversary pot. Husband needed to buy protein, so he took £20.98 back out of the anniversary. So we're back down to £14.78, which I think we still might be able to squeeze lunch out of. So that's okay. I've actually moved his now to a sinking fund pot a bit further down. This is him with the muscles, to make sure I don't do that again. So first of all, let's sweep these pennies. I'm not sure if I'll speed this up actually, or let you watch. I'm not sure, but so let's go to anniversary and we're going to add from groceries, 98p. It's going to be loud again, isn't it? I didn't turn it down. Yep. And no, I still want to stay in anniversary. We are going to add from parking, 20p. I'll show you what I'm looking at when I do this, because you might not have caught where it says the money. So I'm going to add, so top up shop here has 29p in it. So we're going to move, it also says it here, it's very small, 29p into top up shop. Into anniversary from top up shop. So that's all of the grey jars, our weekly jars, all rolled away empty into anniversary. So anniversary now has 16.25. I'm not sure why, but that number seems really appealing to me. That's like a happy number, a happy amount of money. So that's the anniversary now. So all of our weekly pots are now empty, which means we can fill them back up. So groceries, first of all, we're going to add from the wallet, we are going to add £80, as always. I did have a little experiment with groceries this week and I tried Aldi. I do all of my shopping online. I'm not really a big fan of kind of big, busy spaces, but I thought I'd pop into Aldi and see what I could get, and I've actually got some really cool stuff. I think my favourite purchase was Oreos for the princely sum of 34p. So I'll be going back to Aldi, if only for Oreos. So there's that. So parking is going to get not 8p, £8. Lovely. And what else have we got? Petrol's going to get 30. This is actually doing a lot better than we thought, this £30. Our tank's doing really well. So we're just going to keep pumping 30 in until we can't fill it up anymore. And Top Up Shop is getting 25. So that is our weekly, the equivalent of our cash envelopes. People normally have them in their little A7 binders or in the Filofax fancy purse jobbers. That's our equivalent of that, as we use Hyperjar for all of our shared joint money, just so we've got easy access to it. So that leaves me with £85 to go into our sinking funds. And I have a new one. We have a new pot called ice cream. So we were out for lunch with my husband's mum on Mother's Day, and Oscar was talking about how we'd been musing at the idea of having an ice cream pot so that we had money for ice cream whenever we felt like it. And his nana, so my husband's mum, her partner, said, oh, well then here you go, and gave us £20 in cash. One of these lovely £20 was from him, specifically for our ice cream pot. So we now have an ice cream fund. Tell me that is not the most joyous thing ever. We have a pot of money specifically for ice cream. It's because we have a really, really lovely ice cream parlour in our area. They just do the best ice cream. So yeah, this is so super exciting. So I've kept the £20 in cash to put into the binder in a moment, but we're actually going to use £20 digitally into here. So I'm going to add £20 from the wallet for ice cream. It's the most random but the most lovely thing all at the same time. So there we go, we've got £20 for ice cream. I just think that's brilliant. We're also going to top up the gifts because it's looking a little sad after the Mother's Day hit, which is fine. We don't mind spending the money, but we need to make sure that gifts is rolling on. I have all of my family seem to have their birthdays within like the space of 3 months at the end of the year. So I need to keep this ticking over so that I don't run short before then. Family Fun is getting £20. This is going to get well spent every week now. I've created, like the spinner I just used for the 100 subscriber giveaway, I've created one for family fun things. So O just has to hit it. Sorry if that was a bit of a jump cut. I said his name, and I do want to keep my husband and him anonymous. So O, my son, just has to hit the spinner and then that will tell us what we're doing on the weekend. He did that yesterday, and this weekend on Sunday we're going to the arcade, which is attached to our local bowling alley. So we're going to go have lots of fun. I don't think I want to waste the whole £20. Well, it's not a waste, is it? It's good fun, but we'll see. This might be completely dry by next week. So that's Family Fun. What else are we stuffing in here? Oh, stuff, which just needs to tick over. This is for his club fees that aren't on direct debit, and also his like school uniform and things when we get to it. So I just really need to keep ticking this over. And also, mustn't forget, must I, my husband's protein. He needs that. Well, I mean, I don't know, does that sound rude? He doesn't need it. He's been doing really well. His arms, they do actually look like that. Cool. So that is Hyperjar. So we should be empty in our wallet now. We are. That's the Hyperjar done. So now we can move on to the cash stuffing. So I will jiggle things about a bit and I will come back to you, saves you kind of seeing my arms moving about the place as I move my arms about the place. So I'll be back in a flash. And I'm back. I don't know why I keep saying I'm back each time. For you, I've not gone anywhere. But for me, it's been it feels like forever when I'm not talking. That sounds like a really odd thing to say. I think for everybody else it does too, but in a really good way. So first thing that we're going to do is actually the penny savings challenge. And I'm just grabbing my phone so that I've got the calculator. Don't know if you can see that. Is it in shot? Yeah, just about. Last week, or was it the week before, I mentioned that I'd found the most joyous money pot on Amazon, and I was going to have to wait a few weeks until I could buy it. Well, a couple of very lovely people actually bought it for me for Mother's Day. So I'm just going to grab her, and show you, and she is just wonderful. I'm just going to reach over. So, the big reveal. Here she is! Or is it a he? I'm not sure. Oh, the lighting's a bit dark, isn't it? I'm just trying to stretch my neck to look in the camera. But what do you think? Look at this happy little thing. I'm so happy with this. It's just lovely. It's not very big. It's not going to hold very many coins. But yeah, I'm getting a bit of a menagerie now. Oh, it's just so lovely. It's just so happy. And oh, I just love it. I'm going to stop gushing over this now. So we need to put in the £4 that we saved in our penny challenge yesterday. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so forgive me if it is really noisy. Oh, that's nice. That's not loud at all. Lovely. And then this week, out of my out and about money, I have got left £1, £2, £3, 50, 75, 7, 9. Wow, counting on camera really is quite difficult. £3.79 to go into my penny challenge. So I'm just going to carry on doing down this side because they're my pattern markers. So I'm just going to grab a few markers so I can do that. All right then, so we're going to start with £1.27. Oh, I need to put in £3.79. 1, 2, 3, 70, 5, 9. Yeah, £3.79 minus 1.27. So we've got 2.52 left. I'm really sorry if the lighting's changing. Like I said last week, I sit by a natural light source because I don't have a ring light or anything. I will invest in one, but I just don't have the money to do that at the moment. So do bear with me whilst I'm working on that. And 1.45 is yellow, and that leaves us with £1.07. That's exciting. Where are you, £1.07, and what colour will you be? You are there, so you will be purple. Oh, these lids, £1.07. There we go. Oh, I really do love this. It just, makes me so happy. Right, let's pop these in here. And there we go. So that's this week's update for the penny savings. This is my lovely new pot, and I just think that she's me holding her off camera. Lovely new pot, and I just think she's so fab. I'd love some ideas for a name for her, him, they. If anybody has anything, if anybody has any ideas for a name, that would be awesome. Drop them below. I'm really keen to hear that. Similarly, actually, for my lovely elephant, I've never given this one a name either. I do love this elephant. It means a lot to me. I will explain again why at some point in the future. We just don't have the time, guys. So that's that done. So let's move on to cash stuffing. So first things first, we are going to put £10 into birthday. So £10 for birthday. At the moment, we have in there 20, 40, 60, 81, and the 10. That's 110 into birthday. I feel like I normally hold this down with something, but I can't think what. I'll just pop my phone on there. Don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can. I better explain. My phone cover, yes, it's a shiny dancing unicorn. Moving on. We have then got car. We're not putting anything in car. We have at the moment 20, 40, 60, 81. But where I've had to rejig the budget a little bit, car is actually now a lower priority. So I don't think car's going to be getting stuffed for quite a while. Unfortunately, it's the same situation for Christmas. So we do have that £950 goal for Christmas. But like I said last week or the week before, if we don't reach that goal, it's no big deal. I'm really going to aim for it, and I really hope that we do reach it. But if we don't, then, you know, it's really no problem. As long as I've got enough for my son and for us to have a nice meal, the rest is just luxury. So we still have the same amount in there, which is 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. Same as birthday. This might be a running theme. So that's Christmas tucked in there for a little while, I think. And next we have holiday. Holiday's coming up in May, so we are focusing on this one still. Holiday was an impulse purchase, one of my last impulse purchases actually, at the end of Christmas. I was feeling a little low and just went on the internet and just booked the first holiday I saw. It's not a fancy one, we're just going down to the south coast, spending 2 nights in a hotel. I did happen to choose possibly one of the most expensive hotels. It's not even fancy. So yeah, oops. But, you know, we're going to go and we're going to have a really nice time and make the most of it. So in holiday at the moment, oh no, let's add in first. What are we adding? 20 into holiday. So holiday now has 50, 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. 290 into holiday. Goals for 50. Trips in May, so yeah, we should be on track for that. Savings, we're actually going to be doing a bit of a change here. So I'm going to be taking out this £20, which is my savings that I'm putting towards my premium bonds, and the tracker. And apologies, in last week's debt update video I showed you the wrong tracker. This tracker is for our help to buy, which we're putting in just £10 a month each into at the moment. This tracker is for my premium bonds, and I only have 20. So I'm just going to pop this to one side for now. I'll come back to it and I will explain what we're doing with that. I'm actually going to pop it in here because I need the change. So pop those in there. We'll come back to this. In terms of our help to buy savings, my husband actually had more in there than I thought he did. So I need to colour in a few of these. So we've made my contribution today, and my husband's got bounced because I think he can only put in one a month, and because of February the payment didn't go out until the 1st, and so they bounced this one, which I think is a little unfair. Anyway, so my 10's gone in, his hasn't, but he did have £20 more than I thought in there, so I get to colour in 3 of these. So I'll just grab my pencil and we will colour in 3. I keep picking up the wrong colour pencils. Oh well, that's fine. There we are. So now we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 in our help to buy. So we're nowhere close yet, but you know, like this says, from a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. So let's pop this savings tracker back in here where it is going to live. And this savings wallet envelope is now going to be for my son's residential trip with school. So we paid the £75 deposit today. We need to get another 200 by August. So I am going to pop in £10 into there today. So his trip now has £10. The last envelope here is for tech, and like the other ones that I've mentioned, car and things, I think car might become more urgent actually, because we actually have a service in July. I can't remember the plan with car. Maybe car's getting stuff next week. But with tech, this isn't due. This is for our Microsoft 365 and a buy now, pay later for our iPad. They're not due until January. So like Christmas, it just really isn't a priority right now. So they're not getting stuffed. However, we still have money left on the table, and I need to explain why. So one of my Etsy purchases was more envelopes. And the reason for this is because I have now decided to move my Hyperjar pots into cash. So for me personally, Hyperjar is only for things that I'm going to buy online, and then everything else is going to be cash. The reason I've decided to do that is when I went to buy these things from Etsy and I needed some more vape juice, I was thinking, well, you have digital money, you could just buy it online, just use your other pots and spend the money. And I thought, I've had that thought once, I'll have it again. So I've just decided to nip it in the bud, get the money off of online into cash, and then I can't spend it other than what it is for. So I'm going to pop these into my binder, and then we get to stuff these too. And done. So I can't afford to stuff all of these, but we'll go through them as we do it. So what is getting stuffed? Clothes is going to get a 10. That was some of or all of the money that was on Hyperjar for clothes is going back in there, so that's 10. Going out is getting 10. I think there might have been slightly more online for Hyperjar, but I did poach a little bit to be able to pay back the credit card this week. I know that's awful, but I've had a rejig. I may as well rejig everything. And then next is hair. Hair isn't getting anything this week. The next big thing. So I bought this so I didn't have to keep buying different wallets all the time when things came up. So the next big thing that I have going on in my life is actually a hen do, June, July time. So the next big thing, unfortunately, I can't afford to stuff it today. And then savings. So savings is going to get that £20 back. We took out 2 tens and a 5 from the yellow savings wallet. Oh, that was good. I managed to get the right one. From the yellow savings wallet, we're going to put £20 back along with the tracker into my pink savings wallet. So pink is mine, yellow is our joint. And that leaves us with our two £5. So I am now going to be giving myself out and about money is going to be £10 a week. And that combines my £5 out and about money and my £5 quiz money. I just thought I may as well have it in my wallet, go to the quiz every week. So yeah, so I now have £10 out and about money that's going to go into my purse. So I'm going to pop that to one side. So that's it, guys. I believe I have done everything. Sorry, guys and gals. That is everything. So yeah, that feels really weird. This video is probably about 1,000 years long again, but yeah, it was just a bit chilled. The last thing that I do want to say is just very, very briefly, obviously today is Energy Hike Day, or what some of the newspapers have dubbed April Cruel Day, and I actually agree. I just wanted to say, if you are worried or you're struggling with paying energy bills either now or the future, do speak to your energy provider, because they will kind of help you agree an amount that you can afford. I had to do it a few years ago when we were really, really struggling and I couldn't afford everything. Contacted the energy company and said, what can I do? And what they did is they reduced my direct debit amount. So it was at a level I could afford. That did mean that I was racking up a debt to them that I owed them, but there was no interest on that, and I knew there would be sunnier days ahead. That's now cleared down. So do speak to the energy provider if you are worried. They are there to help, and I think they're legally obliged to help you, so do speak to them. Also, the Money Advice Service is available, which has really good advice. Martin Lewis's YouTube, watch that, it's fab. I'm sure he will give some even better advice. And lastly, it might actually be worth speaking to your local MP, because I think the more they hear of our voices on the ground in the real world and how much we are actually struggling, they might be more willing to help. So yeah, those are some avenues if you want to. But I hope that people aren't being hit too badly by it. Loads of love and virtual hugs out to you if you're struggling. But yeah, do speak to people. There is no shame in talking about money. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am going to stop rambling now. I've actually really enjoyed today's video. I've been way less stressed, and hopefully it comes across and you're still enjoying the content. Massive shout out to Budgets, Brew and Banter, by the way. She left me the most... said the most wonderful things on her channel the other day, and gave the giveaway and the channel and me a shout out, and it really, really touched my heart. I did kind of well up a little bit, so thank you so much for that. Last thing I'm going to say is a reminder of the affirmation. So I let go of what does not serve me with ease. That's it. I really am done now. I love you lots. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.